Hey everyone, welcome back to the Missy Money channel. I'm Missy and I'm a mom of three and the owner of Missy Money, a small business that specializes in minimalist and aesthetic cash stuffing essentials to help inspire and motivate you on your personal finance journey. Today I'm going to be cash stuffing my fourth paycheck of October, including variable expenses, sinking funds, and savings challenges. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is my fourth paycheck of October, and I have to tell you, I just realized because it was October 18th, I was like, gosh, that is early for a fourth paycheck in October. And I was looking at the calendar, and I just realized just today that October is a magic month. So there is an extra paycheck in October, so I will get paid next Friday as well, October 25th, and that pay period will run from October 25th to October 31st, and then my first paycheck of November will actually hit on the 1st of the month, so November 1st, which doesn't often happen. So it just snuck in there, another magic month, which I am super excited about. So this is my fourth but not final paycheck of October. So as always, I will go ahead and start by seeing what's left over in my variable expenses in my weekly wallet. And if there is cash left over in each of these envelopes, I will make a decision on whether I want to unstuff it and contribute to savings challenges or if I'm going to roll it over into the next pay period. So groceries, I have got $42 left. I'm going to go ahead and unstuff that. Eating out, I'm surprised I have anything left. I have $5 left, so I'm going to go ahead and unstuff that. Gas, I think I've only got, 10 left. I'm going to go ahead and roll that over to the next pay period. Spending, I've got a bit left. 13, so I'm going to go ahead and unstuff that. Family, I have all $40 left, and actually I'm going to go ahead and pop this one out now because I am going to make a small change to my variable expenses in my weekly wallet and how I stuff it, and family is going to come out. So I'll explain more of that decision when I get into my paycheck planning and cash breakdown sheet, but I am going to make a small change. So I took family out and did unstuff it. And then Be Kind, I've got $5 left, but I'm actually going to roll that over into the next pay period. And miscellaneous, I've got $12 left, and I'm going to unstuff that as well. And then I'm not going to do anything with spent because I still have some pay periods to go in October. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. And then all this cash is going to go towards savings challenges. At the end of the video, I will, after I'm done cash stuffing my sinking funds, I will go ahead and pull out all of the cash that I have for savings challenges, and we will make those contributions. So as I mentioned, as I was unstuffing those dollars, this week I am going to be making some changes to my allocations on my paycheck breakdown and cash planning sheet, and I'm going to use my digital budget planner to do that. So let's hop on over and check that out. All right, guys, so I decided this week that I am going to make a few allocation changes to my weekly wallet, to my variable expenses. And so I wanted to do that real time with you to sort of demonstrate the digital budget planner tool and just to save time by kind of working through it real time. So this is the paycheck breakdown and cash planner tool within the digital budget planner. And today's date is October 18th. This paycheck will run from October 18th to October 24th, and it does represent 25% of my monthly income. I'm going to continue to allocate 25% of my bill and debt payments with every single paycheck. So over the course of 4 paychecks this month, I'll have saved 100% of my bill and debt payments, and those will be in the bank and ready for auto drafting November's bill and debt payments. So nothing will change with my in the bank. Again, where I really want to focus some changes is my weekly wallet. So one of the biggest things that I want to change is I've had a couple weeks now where I have not spent anything out of my family envelope. And I think the reason that that is happening is because every week in my sinking funds, I am contributing $20 to family fun. And so if we do something as a family unit, I'm usually pulling it more from that family fun envelope than I am on a weekly basis with this family envelope. So I intended this to kind of be spending for the kids, but normally, transparently, I'm either pulling that from my weekly spending money, or I also have specific kid envelopes in my sinking funds as well. So I'm either pulling it from their sinking fund or I'm pulling it from our family fund sinking fund. So this family envelope is just feeling a little bit repetitive. So I decided that I am going to take that out. So I'm going to go ahead and just delete that. And you can see when I deleted that my left to allocate amount now went back up to $40 because I'd originally had $40 tied to that family envelope in my wallet. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do with that $40. So I think that I am actually going to take miscellaneous up to 50 just to give myself a little bit more grace. So I need to take that out and I'm just going to do a $50 bill there. I think I'm also going to do spending money up to $50 and I might also do what do I want to do? I think I'm going to do a 50 for that as well. And then I'm going to bump gas up to 40. And we'll go ahead and delete that. The only reason I'm bumping gas up to 40 is because I have been taking Lola to extra vet visits. And so it's probably recency bias, but I feel like we've been spending a little bit more in gas recently. So I'm going to do that. And then I've got $10 left to allocate. Where do I want to put that? I'm going to go ahead and I think put 135 would be a weird amount, so I don't think I want to do that. Is there anything? I think I'm actually going to bump up shop small from a 10 to a 20. And I'm going to go ahead and delete that. So I'll be stuffing $10 less in my weekly wallet, which I think is fine. And then $10 more in my sinking funds. So now, because I made a lot of cash denomination changes, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these two lines up because that would drive me a little crazy if I had that spare line in there. Okay, so the first, so made that change. The first thing that I'm going to do before I go ahead and fill out a new teller slip is I am going to double check my cash withdrawal amount. So my total cash withdrawal is still $1,085, which it should be because I haven't changed anything about what I'm keeping in the bank. So I know that that part is right. Now, what I want to go over here is because I changed a lot of my cash denominations for this stuffing, I want to double check that my grand total to withdrawal also matches my total cash withdrawal because this overview table is adding up all of my amounts in my tool, and this cash planning summary table is adding up all of the different denominations that I said I would need as I was doing my cash planning. So I always want to do the double check to make sure those two things have matched, because if they are matching, then that means that I've planned my cash denominations appropriately for this paycheck. And in this case, I have. So that is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and take this cash planning summary and transfer it over to a teller slip and make my trip to the bank. All right, guys, so now that I've got my paycheck breakdown all figured out, I did go ahead and translate that over to my cash planning notepad, just so I have something written to the side that I can reference as I am cash stuffing my envelopes. So I will keep this off to the side just so you can see what I am looking at. And I used my paycheck breakdown to go ahead and fill out a cash planning teller slip, so I could go to the bank and get the right denominations that I needed, because these denominations are a little bit different than what I've been doing for the past several weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this cash into my cash tray here, and then we can go ahead and start cash stuffing. Got some wrinkly bills again. I feel like this is second or third week in a row where, well, I take that back. The 50s are really crisp. 5s are super wrinkly though. All right, so we've got all that set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and start by stuffing my wallet and getting that set for the week. So groceries is gonna get $200, and that will be 100 and 2 50s for that. Eating out is going to get 125, and I'm doing two. That has not changed, so I'm going to do 2 50s, a 20 and a 5 for that. All right, gas is getting $40. That is one of the categories that changed a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to what I've got here. Then I'll be all set to fill up this week. Spending money is getting $50 this week. So I'm going to go ahead, tuck that in here. Be kind, I'm going to add $5 to this envelope. And I think that'll put me at 10. And then miscellaneous also did get bumped up. So that is going to get 50 this week as well. So now we are all set for my wallet for the week, which feels great. And next, we're going to go ahead into my long-term sinking funds. So starting with my emergency, I'm going to add $40 to my emergency fund this week, which is going to take me to 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80. 280 in emergency. Christmas is also getting $40 this week. So Christmas now has 1,000, 150, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 350, 370. So $1,370 saved up for Christmas, which is awesome. And then holidays is getting $10. And I actually did make a withdrawal from this last week. So holidays now has 100, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210. And I went ahead and got the kids' costumes. I still need to make our purchases for our family costumes, and I'll be doing that probably tonight. I honestly need to do that this weekend to make sure that they get here in time. But I went ahead and got the kids' costumes. So the kids finally decided what they wanted to be. Maverick decided, and they pick out their outfits for school, and then for trick-or-treating, we do like a group family outfit. So for school, they finally decided that Maverick wanted to be Spider-Man, and that was all because he wanted to wear a mask. So that's what drove, it's just like a little mask over his eyes. It doesn't cover his full face, but that's what drove that final decision. And then Remy decided that she wanted to be a penguin. So she got I ordered a cute little penguin costume. I'm really excited for it to come in. That's her favorite animal. She sleeps with a little stuffed penguin, and she always talks about penguins. So that's her favorite animal. So that's what she decided on. Okay, medical is got $20. So medical now has 100, 150, 70, 90, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290, 310. I was like, all right, guys, time to decide because mommy needs to order these so we get them in time. So that was fun. I'm excited to see pictures from that. All right, insurance. Insurance is going to get $20. Right? Yep. Insurance got $20. So that will now have 100, 250, 70, 90, 310, 330, 350, 370, 390. They always do like a little Halloween, they call it the parade of costumes, and they do a little like parade around the perimeter of the football field, like on the track. So we always go and they walk all the different classes around and show off their costumes. And you can just tell that like it totally makes their day, and I always love it. It's just so fun to see everybody all dressed up. So we will be doing that on Halloween. All right, and then home is getting 25. So home now has 100, 150, 170, 190, 210, 230, 250, 270, 275, 280, 285, 290, 295, 300, 305 in home. And then car is getting 15 this week. So car now has 100, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 195, 200, 205, 210, 215, 220, 225, 230 in car. All right, and that is it for long-term sinking funds. All right, next is short-term sinking funds. Starting off with shopping. So shopping is getting $25 this week. So shopping now has 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 75. Talking about Halloween reminded me of this house. So there's this house like, I don't know, like a street and a half away, and we pass it. Cal and I go on a walk every single morning, and we pass it every single morning, and this house goes all out for decorating every single year, like kind of around every holiday that you would decorate in. So date night's getting $25. So date night now has 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300, 305, 310. So this year they have these like two, I don't even know how to describe these. I'll put pictures up so I can prove to you the story that I'm about to tell you. But they've got these like two kind of like creepy looking statues that are flanking the sidewalk that leads up to their door. And I noticed them because I didn't remember them being part of the whole like decor last year. And I noticed them especially because they were like pretty creepy looking, like on purpose. So I took notice of them and how they were kind of flanking the sidewalk. Well, we were going on the walk the next day after I noticed, after they decorated, and I could have sworn that they were like leaning towards opposite directions, where the day before I thought that they had been leaning kind of the same direction. And so I'm like, that's a little odd, like just that I flagged it and then I noticed it. Family Fun is getting $20. So Family Fun now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75. And I was like, no, I'm just remembering that wrong. Like they didn't move. They didn't move on their own because they look like fixed statues. I don't know how else to describe this. So now every morning I've like clocked these things and they totally are moving. And it's like when you're kind of like one of the only people, it's like still kind of dusk and like you're one of the only people, you know, I'm pushing the baby in the stroller. It's like a little creepy because it feels like they're moving on their own. And I'm sure either they're like on a hinge and the wind is moving them, or this house is just very dedicated to their decor and they're moving them on purpose for the specific purpose of creeping out their neighbors, which they're doing a phenomenal job at. But it does give me a little bit of chills every single time. And I'm like, I started taking pictures with my cell phone. I'll pop up the pictures because I'm like, I am losing it. Like there is no way this is actually happening. It for sure is happening. These things are moving either on their own or not on their own. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I at least felt better that I had picture proof that this was happening. But I actually, now that in retrospect, I don't know if that does make me feel better because it's like, oh my gosh, are they moving on their own? This is creepy. All right, clothing got 25. So clothing now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Very Halloween like, but it's creeping me out a little bit. All right, self-care is getting $20. I'm such a wimp with that stuff. Like, I don't go to haunted houses. I don't watch scary movies. Like, all of that, like, will keep me up at night. So anytime there's something, like, eerie like that, I, like, literally get, like, I'm, like, right now I'm, like, moving my shoulders. Like, I get, like, I don't know, like, chills almost. All right, self-care now has 50, 100, 50, 70, 90, 210, 230, 250, 270, 290. All right, Lola and Luna are getting 25. So Lola and Luna now have 20, 40, 45, 50. I know people that like love that stuff. They cannot get enough of it and they're like all in. Gifts. All right, gifts is getting $20 this week. And then Kindness Projects is getting 15. That is just not me. I am a scaredy cat for sure. All right. Kindness Projects has 15, or now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. In Kindness Projects. Shop small. Ooh, let me flip my page over here off to the side. Shop small is getting $20. That's one of the ones that did change with this paycheck. And Shop Small was empty because I got a candle from Autumn's shop. So I'll link her shop below if you haven't had a chance to check out her candles. But one is from Autumn, and I haven't wanted to burn it because I think it looks really pretty in this like deskscape. But I also have wanted to burn it because it smells so good. I want my house to smell like it. So I got another one so I can keep it up here on my desk and it can look pretty, but I can also have one to burn and enjoy. All right, so miscellaneous got 20. It now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50. But I am stuffing Shop Small, so as I learn more about you all and your small businesses and the journeys that you all are on, I can hopefully support some small businesses that have been supporting mine. I genuinely appreciate it and am really excited to do that. So that's what that envelope is for. All right, next I am going to move into my kids binder. So starting with Maverick, Maverick is getting $5. So Maverick now has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. And Mavericks. Remy is getting $5. So Remy now has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Callie's also getting her 5. So Callie will now have 25, 35, 45, 55, 60. All right, Kids Medical. Kids Medical is getting $20. Kids Medical now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40. I just took Maverick and Remy to the dentist this past week, and I was thinking I was going to have a copay for them for like just a cleaning, but I didn't. So I don't know if they're just going to bill me after, or maybe there's no copay for cleaning. I honestly can't remember from their past appointment, but I might have to pull from that. All right, Activities is getting 25. We were at the dentist and they go to like a pediatric dentist. Activities now has 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170. And it is the best setup ever. They have like TVs mounted on the ceiling, so as they lay back, they can watch the TV, and they've got Bluey playing. And then they get to pick the flavor of their their cleaning agent, like the toothpaste they use with the spinny brush. And they were like naming off all these flavors. They were like strawberry, gray, bubblegum, cotton candy, chocolate, like blueberry, literally every orange, every flavor you could think of. They named it off as a choice for them. And I was like, at what point do we decide when we transition from childhood to adulthood that we should lose that dentist experience? Because I want to go to their dentist. Like, I'm so sure I want to watch TV as like they're working on my teeth and get to pick yummy, flavor. I'm just given mint. I don't even get a choice when I go. I'm like, what happened? I want to go to, and I was like, are you accepting adult patients? She was like, no, you need to be a child. So that's not an option. But next time I go to my dentist, I'm going to be like, listen, we got to talk about where this goes wrong in adulthood, because the kids are having an amazing experience when they go to the dentist, and I want in on some of that. Okay, kids' birthdays got 20, so they now have 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40. I feel like that's so true with so many things from childhood. Like, why don't we keep nap time around? Why aren't we keeping that kind of dental experience around? So many things I wish we had into adulthood. Okay. Clothing now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. Kids' haircuts are getting $5. So kids' haircuts now have 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then memberships. Memberships are getting 15 this week. So memberships now have 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 225, 230, 235, 240, 245, 250, 255, 260. That's for things like zoo, children's museum, all that kind of stuff. School is getting 15 as well this week. So school now has 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. And then teacher gifts. Teacher gifts is also getting 15. So teacher gifts now has 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 205, 210 in teacher gifts. And that is it for the Kids Sinking Fund Binder and for all of our sinking funds. All right, so now let's double check that we've got $75, and we do, which is great because that is what I planned for out of this paycheck to contribute to savings challenges. So now I'm just going to take this pile that I unstuffed from my variable expenses at the beginning of this video, and I'm going to go ahead and combine these piles to see what we've got to contribute to savings challenges. And then I'll pop all of this back into my cash tray here. All right, and that's a great amount. So we are going to go ahead and start with my 52-week savings challenge. I am in week 43, so I'm going to go ahead and pop back here to week number 43. And I think I do have $43 here. Exactly. Ooh, that only leaves me with 4 though. That's all right. Okay, so I've got 43 exactly, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll just pop that into number 43 here. And I will move back to the front, grab my marker and mark off number 43 on my tracker. All right, so that is it for my 52-week savings challenge this week. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move into my 12-month savings challenge this week. And my goal is going to actually be to finish out October. Technically, I do have that extra pay period in the month of October, but I like finishing out these challenges in 4 weeks. And if I do that, then my magic month will truly be a lot of extra for me to be able to contribute to sinking funds and savings challenges. So I'm going to go ahead and finish out October this week. And to do that, I have 10 symbols left. So I need $50, and I definitely have that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in that pile, and then I can mark in the rest of these little pumpkins. All right, and because I did finish out this challenge, I'm going to go ahead and mark $250 for my total. And that is it for the October savings challenge, which is super exciting. So next month, not next week because that'll be my magic month week, but next month I'm going to go ahead and start the November savings challenge, and we will be super close to finishing that one out, which is great. All right, and then last is going to be my magical vacation savings challenge. And I have a good bit this week to contribute. So let's figure out what we want to do here. Because I've got So I can't use that. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tackle 2 of these airfares. I've been really trying to get this airfare completed because whenever we book this trip, I'm anticipating that we are going to need to put a deposit down on accommodations, buy tickets, and book airfare as our kind of our first things. So those are the 3 with pretty high amounts for each of the symbols, and so those are the ones that I'm really trying to tackle first, so we can get that going. So I just put $80 in airfare. Those symbols are $40 each, so that's why I colored in 2 there. And then I've got 10 left. So let's see if there's a 10 that I want to put that. This one only has 1 colored in so far, so we'll color in another little teapot. So that is that for the rest of the dollars, because I have 4 singles left, but I don't have any challenges in my Magical Vacation Savings Challenge that take less than $5. So I'm actually going to pull out my wallet and I'm going to put these $4 back into my miscellaneous envelope, which is what I do with extra singles that I've got. So that takes care of those. And that is it for this week's cash stuffing. So if you are new here, I just want to thank you for joining for the first time and for watching this video. For those of you that are returners, your subscribers, thank you so, so much for everything you do to engage with this channel. If you have shopped my store before, I want to just shout out and say a separate extra thank you for your support that way. It truly, truly means so much to me, and is just so humbling. And so as always, if you are following along on your own personal finance journey, I want to wish you a simple budget, a calm mind, and a happy life. Thanks for watching.